What is up, Nick? How are you?
Hi, what were you doing? Having a haircut?
No. Um, I'll show you what I was doing. This.
Getting some cash? Is that the giveaway for tonight?
You guys want cash?
Yeah.
So I have a friend that was looking to pick up some precious metals, and anyway, I was able to help him out real quick. So we had to kind of do a quick transaction and make things work. And it worked out well. We were able to get him a killer price, and it was kind of a last minute thing. I was hoping to film a bunch of videos today, and instead we ended up doing this thing. So sorry guys, I had to push it back a few minutes. It was kind of all over Orange County. Had to run around doing some stuff, but it was pretty fun. So happy to talk about it more as we get into the show. But how about you? What were you up to today, Nick?
Putting Christmas decorations up.
Okay. I need to do that still. Maybe tomorrow.
And then we were just watching the Celtics game, so.
Oh, that's good. How was the game?
We won, of course.
Well, there you go. So that Nick's happy today. This will be good.
Except I'm freezing. It's only 13 degrees, so.
Oh my gosh. It's only 13 degrees.
Don't brag. But yes.
I'll be right back. Just a second. I got to tell you. I got to get my phone. So. All right. I do get to brag a little bit about this, right? So let's look real quick here. So right now it is 55 here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 63 earlier. So
I don't care. Sorry, but I don't. Not right this second, I don't.
Oh man. So I don't know. You guys, how cold does it get up there? Do you guys get into the negatives a lot?
Yeah, we can. We sure can. I'm trying to see what the temperature is right now, though. It was 13 degrees this morning. It's 17. Man. I'm sorry, it's 17 right now.
Okay, so
yeah, and the low is 15 for tonight. The high is 22. The high is 22.
Oh my goodness. I've lived in the Northeast. I lived in New York and New Jersey for a while, and I lived out in Chicago and in Utah. And Utah's not too bad. It kind of sits around like 30s and maybe high 20s in the wintertime. Chicago was freezing though. I went to school right on the lake. It was so cold.
It's the wind chill that is
the wind chill. Yeah. And then New York, the thing with New York that got hard was really when there was a big snow dump. There's nowhere to put the snow in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up with situations where it just gets hard. Where do you step? Where do you go? And you get wet a lot and stuff. But with New York, a lot of times you're in the
That's when you wear your boots. That's when you wear.
I know you get boots, but still, there's a lot of stuff that can get pretty messy there. And then I've lived in Arizona, and Arizona's a place where it gets so hot. There's no way to like cool it down. It's 117 degrees outside, and in August it has monsoon, so then there's massive humidity.
Mm-hmm.
People die that are outside. You have to be able to get inside and cool down. So I've kind of tasted the freezing and the hot, and I ended up settling in the middle.
Well, I have to say, I've lived in South Georgia and I've lived in North Georgia, and it gets just as cold down south, except it's a different cold and it just doesn't last as long. So, I mean, it really gets cold everywhere, maybe not in California, but it does get cold pretty much everywhere.
It does. I mean, even Florida can get some cold spells in
the
winter.
Yeah, I mean, because I was in, we lived an hour north of Jacksonville, Florida. So that's really in the deep south. We're almost in Florida. So it got cold down there, and it was a wet cold. So I would have family down there that was from Maine, and they would come down and visit, and they were the ones that were like freezing to their core. They couldn't get warm. And yet when my husband first moved up here, first started visiting up here, he wouldn't even wear a winter coat for the first, 5 years. So it's just a different type cold. He's wearing a coat now.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a short sleeve shirt. I won't brag too much, guys. I know that hurts, but I did get a haircut. So I was not getting my haircut today. That was yesterday.
Okay.
And it starts out kind of shorter, and then it grows from there. It gets its own identity. But Nick, let's welcome everybody in here that's in here today. So we've got Craig, 1967 Shelby in the house. Michael Stacking, welcome. OC Stacker is in the house too. Seymour Rivers. Let's see who else we got in here. 949 Designs, welcome.
Hi.
We've also got West Texas Stacker and Financial Success Coach. Welcome, guys. The Broke Stacker. We still haven't found out if the Broke Stacker is really broke or if it's just a
it's
trick.
probably like, calling somebody really large tiny. So maybe he's just like really rich. So he doesn't want to say rich stacker. So he's got to say broke stacker. Just,
well, like no one's going to look for him because he's the broke stacker. So it like hides your stack. I think that's
right. I think that's probably what it is, because I don't want to be the broke stacker either. So who would want to,
And we've got Pete Clark in the house as well. Welcome. Who else we got here? Let's see. Amy. Oh, we got Ellie in the house. We've got Amy in the house.
Amy and Ellie. Sorry, I didn't heat her up. I'm gonna really
Jeff. And then I think that's everybody we've got in here that's put a comment in so far.
And see, if I was upstairs, I would be much warmer. I'm downstairs where we haven't finished hooking up the pellet stove and no heat. So I'm sitting down cellar on this concrete in the part of the cellar that's not finished. So it's just a little bit colder down here. So I'd be fine if I was upstairs.
So look at this comment. It's interesting. So you on the Big Island, you can get up to some pretty high elevation, even on some of the Hawaiian Islands where it's freezing and there's snow up there.
Where the Big Island is.
Hawaii.
Oh, okay. I was thinking somewhere, in the.
So Hawaii is one of those places that you can get up into the snow and you can go down and go surfing same day. Kind of cool. Technically, you can do that in California on certain days too. But we got Sideways in here as well. Welcome, Sideways. So we've got 24 in here. Hit that thumbs up if you guys haven't done so yet, and leave a comment for us. It'd be great. It wakes the algorithm up and lets everybody know we're having a fun Saturday night. So what does it take to get your pellet stove all set up?
He's got to just hook it up for the outside and the pipes and stuff. So that'll be done shortly.
That sounds like a project you got to have him jump on pretty soon. I felt like the other night you were freezing to death. So.
Well, yeah, I kind of was. But I forgot to turn my heater on too. But no, it's just about we're trying to get the windows all framed out, and because we have large windows down here. So it's like we have a sunny side basement. So so it's like we have all this natural light down here and stuff. So it's not like it is down cellar, but it's nice to be down here, especially in the summer when it's nice and hot outside, because it does get very hot and humid up here.
How hot do you guys get up there?
You can get over 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We get all 4 seasons. All 4 seasons.
I don't even know what a season is here in California. I know it is for the other places I've lived, but here in California, it's like, maybe 10% of the trees lose leaves for a month or two.
Yeah. But, I guess it's a good,
I miss the seasons. The seasons are great. I have no problem.
Give and take, we can breathe up here, but yeah, it may be too cold to breathe in. You'll go to California. You might not be able to breathe so much, but it might be warmer.
Yeah. So today, this is the bummer about running out of time to film today. I'm able to come up over a hill. And when you get up over this hill above Newport Beach, so I'm in a hilly area of Southern California. The rest, like LA basin's flat. Mm-hmm. So you come up over this hill and I can see all the way to downtown Los Angeles, even though it would take me about like 45 minutes to drive to it, maybe 50 minutes. You can see all these little pockets of skyscrapers coming up all over the place.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of times when the smog's in, you can't see anything. You have no idea that you're that close. But today I could see Catalina Island. I could see all the way to Santa Monica. Mm-hmm. I might have even been able to see up to Ventura, and I could see Los Angeles, and I could see all the way out to Pasadena, where they do the Rose Bowl. So there was a lot of the visibility was just incredible today. So one of these days when I am not driving and I can film and we have good air, I'm going to take a picture of that because it's a pretty cool view. You guys
so
would think it's fun.
financial success coach, they've been in Florida, but they've been in North Carolina from Florida for the past 10 weeks. So they got to see the beautiful color changes in the trees.
I think it's awesome. If you can go anywhere where there's mountains in the fall, the colors are just incredible.
And if you ever can make that, drive up to New England during the fall, you won't regret it.
There you go. Well, maybe one of these days I'll have to make it back out that way in the fall instead of in the wintertime.
We still have no snow. I mean, yeah, no snow, but we're starting to get cold, and really it's been warm up until it hit really January. So I can't complain. Can't complain at all. It's been really warm. And usually January is our coldest month. Well, January and February.
Yep. So that's usually the coldest. I don't know what's going to happen weather-wise this year, if it's going to be hot or cold, but it does seem like we get every couple of years you get this polar vortex thing that comes down and just takes out the Northeast.
Well, the Midwest has been hit hard right now.
The Midwest gets hit by it too sometimes, and then we've been getting hit by basically these big heat waves that come in the summertime. We didn't get it this last year. It was pretty chill, but earlier we had some issues. We've got Randy Matthews in the house. I've heard of that guy before.
Hi, Randy.
Hey, Randy, what's up, man? So anyway, that's the weather thing. That's where things are at. We got the haircut. I don't think Nick ever gets her haircut. It looks the same every day.
I did probably about a month or so ago. I got about 4 inches cut off.
I don't think I would know, because your hair ends green. It ends right here. That's all we see.
Well, yeah, and it's still really long. It's really long. But
yeah,
I don't get it cut very often.
I don't know. I haven't had hair over my ears for a very long time. So one of these days I might show you guys my high school picture. Actually, it's more of a junior high picture, but I had some pretty sweet surfer hair back then. It wasn't quite as long as yours. That was pretty
Cosmic Creations.
Welcome to the chat. So,
gum. Sorry. Always bad about that.
I did bring some fun stuff for us to look at today and talk about. So I don't know about you guys, but I do like constitutional silver, and I like to call it constitutional silver because it makes me feel like it makes it feel higher quality, and it's also what's in the Constitution of real silver. But I have a little bag like this I wanted to share some stuff out of and kind of look at with you, Nick, and see your thoughts on it.
Okay.
I purchased it and I haven't really looked at it. So I'm curious to see what we have in here. I'm going to grab my glasses real quick because Surfer's going blind here. So the first thing I have in my bag are some coins that I know you'll like.
They want to know how much is in the bag.
Okay, so this is from SD Bullion, and this is a $100 face value of $50. I have not really gone through it all for dates, and I did count them though. I made sure that I had the right amount in here, but just about every one of these is a Benjamin Franklin. So I was able to order these before the prices went skyrocketing. But I know you want to look for the bell lines, right? I doubt I'll see bell lines on a single one of these. I'm guessing they probably pull those out ahead of time. But here's one that's got a little bit of it.
We have a guest in the chat, so that's why I put my new picture on.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's about time. Oh, my gosh. So we're going to need to ask that guest a little bit about the fun show. But here's a 1963. So this is the kind of quality that a lot of them are coming in from SD Bullion. So, not too shabby. And this one has a little bit of the bell lines at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little bit. It's not great,
I can bring your picture up.
but it's faint. You can kind of see them there. I don't know if it's going to focus enough. This is kind of the quality you can get from SD Bullion. I'd say they're in decent shape. And why did I go with Benjamins? Well, because one, I thought they looked cool having the bell on the back, but they also aren't quite as worn as some of the others. And it was on sale at the time I bought them, so it was a good price. But before we dig into those, I had something else to show you. I got from a coin show that's still relevant to this. So have you ever seen one of these coins, Nick?
I have.
So I was able to pick up a handful of these.
Those are walking liberties, and I just heard them all drop.
Shoot. Don't drop your walking liberties. But I don't know. You tell me what you think on the quality of these. This is 1945.
Mm-hmm.
So, I picked up a few of these that weren't too worn. And I think I paid $8 for each of these.
Not bad for $8. Nope.
So that's not too bad there.
Not too bad at all.
We got this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
And
you said you got those for all 1939. You got all those for $8?
Yeah, $8 each.
Yep, I would have picked those up for $8.
And I thought they were all in pretty good shape. So I made sure they all had dates on them. I didn't even care what the date was. I made sure it was real silver. This one actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. You can see more of the wing details.
So if you were to grade those, you're going to want to look for your high points, which would be your breast feathers, and like on her dress, and you want to make sure the lines, if you see some on the middle part of the dress, and then like on the breast feather.
Yeah, so none of these would I go to grade these.
No, you wouldn't, but these are just
all too worn. But for $8,
for anybody that wants to look for a certain grade, those are the type of things that you want to look for, is all the high points on the coin.
1943. So for me doing these at $8, the one thing I wanted to make sure, Nick, is that I could read the dates on all of them.
Yep.
If I can't read the dates, I think they're way too worn. I'm not going to buy them, at least not for $8.
$8. I think you got an excellent deal for $8.
So that was one of the good deals that I picked up.
That's a very good deal on those.
Show, and I'm going to go back and hopefully find some more of these. There's actually an Anaheim coin show tomorrow for any of you in Southern California. I think OC Stacker might be there.
So how many of those did you buy?
Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all he had. So I bought everything he had that had a date. So right there. And for me, that goes into a separate bag here to keep them separate from my Benjis. But those are kind of fun to have.
Yes.
And then the other ones I have that are different are Kennedy's. So I've got, I think these are all 64 Kennedys. There's a couple Benjamins in here. We'll look at those. Must have pulled those out for a reason. Oh, there are a bunch of Benjis except for 2 Kennedys. So I've got 2 1964 Kennedys. So I'm curious in the chat, put a 1 if you guys stack $50 Kennedys. Put a 2 if you stack $50 Walkers, and put a 3 in if you stack $50 Benjis. This one's in a little bit better shape, but you can tell there's a lot less wear on these 64s.
Mm-hmm.
So, they just look really nice. But let's look at these Benjis. This one's probably my best condition one. 1962.
So if you were to, you paid $16 face for those Walking Liberties. So that's not bad.
It's not bad. It was a really good deal. I don't remember how much I got the Benjamins at. I want to say it was like around $1,800 for the bag. So about $18 face value for those.
See, I think if I was to spend $1,800, I probably would have bought gold.
Well, I already had gold, so I needed to get this
Gotcha.
stuff.
Gotcha.
If I don't have any of this, I'm going to grab some of that. So to me, my philosophy is this is what I'm going to use for bartering if we get into an SHTF situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan on bartering my gold. I plan on using my gold to buy real estate and other things and reestablish my wealth when society kind of gets put back together, or it's for a more, a very large purchase, like you're trying to trade and get a car. But this is the kind of stuff you're going to go out and buy, bread or wheat with or whatever else. But these ones are in a little bit better shape. So these have the bell lines at the bottom. So the ones that have the bell lines, I have a 1962. Excuse me.
God bless you.
I've got a another 1962.
So if those have bell lines, I would suggest sending those in for grading.
So tell me about the bell lines here, because they have bell lines, but I don't know if they're good enough. Two of these are probably good enough. This 1962 here.
But that's something that they will check when they're grading. A Benji is for full bell lines, and they actually have that designation on the holder. It will say FBL. So I'm not seeing full bell lines on that.
So I can see.
So the full bell lines also would be on the bottom. You have 3 bell lines on there.
Yeah, I can see 3 bell lines at the bottom, and I can see like 2 or 3 bell lines on the top.
I could see them at the top. I'm just not able to see them on the bottom.
Here.
Yeah, I'm not able to see them.
I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, it almost looks like there's nothing there.
Yeah, see, it may be the camera. I'm just not able to see them.
But those are the closest ones I have. But I haven't looked through the rest of the bags, so I'm curious to see if we find anything. Is there a specific date I should be looking for?
Yes, I'd be looking to see if you have the Bugs Bunny error.
All right, what year is Bugs Bunny?
Oh, there's 2 years. Let me see which years are the most prominent. Let me see.
All right, so let's see. Did you guys actually put things in the comments? I didn't look.
Okay, Cosmic Creations just answered it. It's 55.
55. Okay, we're gonna look for some 55s. Okay, so
but okay, that's what I thought as well. Cosmic Creations is 100% right, but also others have found some on the 1956 as well. Not as many, but they do say some exist. So I would look at the 55, and then second, I would go for the 56.
All right, we're gonna look for 55 and 56. Let's see what we can find. Does that sound like a plan?
Sure.
Okay, so it looks like we have a bunch of people that have all 3 kinds.
Yes, Amy. So 56 and 57, Cosmic Creation said every once in a while, which I have not seen any 57s, but I have seen several 55s. Not that I've seen myself found on coins, but
all right, here's a 56.
Rated.
Put him aside. So I gave up wearing gloves a long time ago, guys, especially with constitutional silver. I just ended up dropping it much more frequently. Here's another 56. I love the sound of the silver as I put it on the table here. All right. So, Nick, a lot of people have all 3 kinds.
All 3 kinds
of the half dollars I was talking about.
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
So here's my other question to you guys too. What's your favorite kind of half dollar? What do you prefer to stack? Curious.
Deputy Gypsy Wolves. You are not a real deputy. How much are they going now? Randy Matthews, it depends on the grade of the coin. You can get them very cheap, and you can get them very expensive, but that doesn't really help, does it?
All right, there's a 57. All right, we got more to keep. We're going to keep looking through this.
Perfect. Not, you went down to the fun show. Did you see somebody that was pretending to be a deputy there?
With the crazy hat?
Yeah, the weirdo. I'll show you him again. I'll
Gosh.
show you what he looks like. That's what he looks like.
You know, now I know why he kept the lights off, Nick.
I know, right?
He
I
tried to keep the lights low so you couldn't get too high of a definition picture on him. He's a stinker.
I wouldn't say stinker because I think he's probably a little cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Never saw a deputy dog. Oh.
All right, I'm
Um,
finding a few. We're going to look at a few here in a minute.
I cannot tell you how much they're going for. I just know that you could get them for very inexpensive or for very expensive, but that really doesn't,
What are they asking for?
how much the Bugs Bunny ear is going
Well,
for.
I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Why don't you guys go do some quick research real quick? I know some of you have
Deputy Gypsy Wolves. I mean, I've seen them from $25 all the way up.
All right, so I am finding a couple years that we're going to look at here. This will be fun. I'm just trying not to drop too many of them, but I'm failing at that a little bit. Nick, what do you typically stack for $50 for your stack, not necessarily like your collection?
Really, I'm not. I sold all my $50. I sold all my Kennedys, 64s and 40s. Was buying them for 30 and selling for 35 a few years ago.
Why'd you sell them?
That was Randy Matthews. I'll be curious too why you sold them. Were they graded or were they just raw, Randy? Why did I sell them? I sold mine because Raymond says every year has a Bugs 55 is most common. Hi, Tiger. Because they take up more room, and they were raw. They take up more room, so I found that I like to stack dimes, and I like the rosies and quarters.
Okay.
For constitutional.
So that makes sense. I say stack what you like. Don't stack what you don't like. But also be very careful not to stack stuff you love. And what I mean by that is Nick's not going to turn around and want to use her walking liberties for buying bread. So
No, well, they're too pretty to buy bread with,
you don't
and
want to do
too
it.
expensive, some of them, to buy bread with. There are some walkers I do have that I would consider more on the junk side that are very worn that I threw in the constitutional. But
So how would you grade mine that I just showed you here? Would you consider those junk or would you consider those kind of in the middle?
I don't know if I want to answer that. They were nice. They were good for $8. They were nice for $8. I would put them in a book. I would put those in a book. Sure, I would.
Put those in the book?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, my hands are starting to get.
Yeah. And that's, be honest, but that's why I don't touch my constitutional unless I have gloves on.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna go wash these off in a little bit, but I'm getting a little bit of history on me.
Oh, just even the sound of that grosses me out.
The sound of the constitutional?
No, the saying that you've got a little bit of history on you right now. That kind of grosses me out.
Well, I don't know what kind of history you get on your. I don't know what that means exactly.
Yeah, we probably.
Now you're gonna let everybody's imagination run on that one.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. I don't even want to think about that.
That's funny.
I would not barter with my flip coin, and it's a nope.
Well, okay. Here's the question, Nick. How hungry would you have to be in order to barter with your flip coin?
Very well. I mean,
Would you hold on to it? Would you get rid of your walkers first? Let's say this thing goes on forever and you've already gone through all of your silver. You're left with your walkers, and you also have your flip coin. Which one is it going to be?
I don't know. I might give away my husband, might give away my kid. But nobody's getting my coin toss coin.
That's funny. Well, at this point, my hands are now starting to get sticky. Maybe this was not a good idea to do without gloves.
See? Just another visual that I just wish I could unsee.
My fingers won't. Anyway.
Oh, no, you said that you're, never mind.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's see here. All right, we're getting towards the end of the bag here, so we're going to look at these in just a second. So do you keep yours in a bag? Do you put them in a guardhouse box like Yankee and Silver Dragons?
What is a guardhouse box?
So apparently you don't use a guardhouse box.
I don't know, but maybe I do. Maybe I just don't call it a guardhouse box.
So they put them into tubes and then they go inside like a cardboard box.
Oh, I put mine in, some of them are in tubes and some of them are just in rolls. And I put it in a military ammo
deal. Well, I like to just leave them in the bags because it's like a bank bag. I don't know. It seems kind of cool.
And I could put a lock on my my little ammo box. And I picked it up at the military store.
Well, I put these in a fire safe. Ooh, that one's got a hole in it. Not all the way through it, though. There's a lot of 57s I'm finding.
Yes, I heard about that. Somebody said that there was there used to be a gentleman at the Fairmont Hotel who would wash silver coins as not to stain ladies' white gloves. And I saw that on that show called Dirty Jobs, where he would go in, and that's what they did, is they cleaned the coins for the ladies that were wearing white gloves so it wouldn't get them dirty.
Yeah, I have some white gloves right here.
Well, I wouldn't use white gloves, but I have a lot of like
it's a little late now.
Yeah.
Damage is done to my hands. And I guess to the coins a little bit, but I might have taken some of the history off of the coins, Nick.
Again, something I just can't
apparently
unsee.
History means something different in the Northeast than it does
now. No, it really doesn't. It's just this. It's just I don't. Yeah, but that doesn't. It could be. It could listen. It could mean. I don't know what you guys think. It could mean feces. I mean, people go to the bathroom, drop it in on the.
Yeah, that's not referred to
here. On the floor in the restrooms and. Ew.
I'm just putting these on the pillow. My pillow I sleep on at night. It's just going right on the pillow. Just laying the change on there.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife would kick you out.
Listen to the sound of this, though, guys. I love the sound. I could like make a music video. Roll the eyes, Tiger says. All right, Tiger. I want to know, Tiger, do you have constitutional silver or do you have junk silver? What is it? What do you like to call it? Or is it Tiger tears? I don't know. All right, so I just found a bunch that we're going to look at here. One of them went flying across the room. Okay, so what are we looking for Bugs Bunny here? Do you have a picture you can pull up?
I do not. No.
I'm going to try to see if I can find a Bugs Bunny picture. Let's look.
Right above his lips, you'll see it.
All right, let's look and see if we can get an image here. I need a close-up image. It's coming off his lip. All right, let's see if we can find
Gypsy Wolf. is texting me.
He's texting you.
Yes.
Yeah, these examples aren't the best, but it does look like the lips have an issue. So let's see. All right. This is going to tell us if SD Bullion takes the time to look through all this stuff. If we don't find one, I'll be surprised. But I also I didn't find any 55.
Celtic Nuts, he says he got a buck-tooth Bugs Bunny.
Okay, so I don't see any here, but I only have 56s and 57s. So I'll show you guys what I have so you can see them though. So we'll go big here so you guys can see it. So here's a 56. Okay, that looks pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another 56. And it would have something that it looks like it's on the lips, on the mouth. But that one looks pretty normal too. So you don't always find the errors. When you're buying bulk like this from an online dealer, I would guess they have someone looking through some of it if they have the time to do it. And then here's a bunch of 57s I found. So anyway, I still like these coins. I think these are pretty
yeah.
fun.
Those are not my favorite, but of course, I do like those.
So what would you, let's talk about bartering for a minute here. So what would you say that these would go for if you were in a bartering situation right now? What would you trade a $50 for?
Gosh, I don't know. I'd have to be I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really thought about putting everything to use during a bartering situation.
Another 57. So there's quite a few 57s in here.
I guess whatever they would give me if we're in a desperate situation, I guess you would take whatever you could get.
What do you guys think? So Chad says junk silver. So what kind of a price do you think you guys could get? What do you think you could get for this? Do you think you could get a loaf of bread? Do you think you could get several loaves of bread? We've got some smart people in the room here, by the way. Look at this. 2 quarters. 2 quarters. I think that's probably pretty correct. Look at that one. This one's got like the plague on it.
It's got yucky stuff on it. Ew.
It's got bad business on it right there. We'll have to send that one to Nick for a giveaway. All right, here's my last one. This one looks kind of worn, but I didn't see any Bugs Bunny errors. So guys, that's a bummer. That would have been kind of fun to find. I don't know. This laptop
spots.
I think I got a new camera. This laptop camera it's not focusing very well. It's always a little bit blurry. Carbon spots. I don't know. I don't know, something. But that's what I've got for $50. So for me, I got a bag of $50 that are Benjis. I got a bag of Mercury dimes. They had a special on that, so I usually wait until there's a good deal on them.
And was that this year, or is that it was that
this was like 3 years ago that I bought this stuff?
I'm sorry?
3 years ago,
3 years ago. Okay.
Is that 3 years ago? Yeah, roughly 2.5, 3 years ago. And then I bought, Washington quarters. So the quarters are in pretty good shape. They're not too worn. The Benjis they're not too bad. The Mercury dimes, though, a lot of those are kind of gnarly. And what I find by buying a bag from one of these online bullion dealers is they don't check everything perfectly. With my dimes, I had maybe 10 to 15 of them were barber dimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had maybe 10 or 15 of them that were just nasty. And so I sent those back, and they sent me back rosies in return for those. And what I mean nasty, they like had holes in them, or you couldn't see anything on it. Like there was just gum up crap on them.
Mhm.
So I did get some of that, but they will take them back and they'll send you rosies for it. But hey, you may say, hey, I want to keep them anyway because they have a higher premium. But I thought they were in pretty bad shape. Creeping Time says his LCS has them at $21 face value. So for me, this stuff right here is to help my family survive in a crazy situation. None of these are in good enough shape to have it be a collectible or a numismatic coin to me. But for me, so I'm trying to look for something that has silver weight. This is the kind of stuff that may be used just by weight when you're going to barter. And so to Nick's point, she likes to get the Kennedys and the Rosie dimes, which are definitely going to have more weight on them. But I think these are really important to try to buy at a good price. Over the summer, didn't it get up to like $25, $26 per face value for constitutional silver?
It started going up. Yes. Yep.
So that just seems way too high to me, guys. Like I was tempted to turn around and sell these bags. I was tempted to sell my Eagles at that time. And part of me says I probably should have. So I would have made money at this point, but it's hard to tell. But if you get in a situation like that, my rule of thumb would be sell half of it, hold on to half of it just in case prices go up. If you're really wanting to try to do that. But for me, this is stuff I just put in my safe. It goes away. It's in my fire safe. It's in my security safe. And I want to keep that, safe, close by, but safe. Ellie says, how much will you pay today for constitutional? I will pay $18 face value or lower. If it's above that, it's got to be in really good shape. So for example, Nick, what did you tell me? I paid, did I pay 16 or 17 on
For
the walkers?
16 for the walkers.
So 16 on those walkers was good. If I'm trading in a bartering situation, a walker or where I have a Kennedy, I can't tell you if someone's going to just go off of weight, which they'd give you a little bit better value for the Kennedys, or if they're just going to say, hey, it's a coin, it's a $50, so just trade it. Some people might like walkers more than Kennedys and give you a little bit more value for it. But overall, I don't think you want to pay a higher premium. So I really just look to see what you can find. Right now, your best bet on deals of getting constitutional silver is getting the mixed bag or a bag that is unknown to you. So you're going to pay a higher premium if you try to get a specific bag of Franklin's or you try to get a specific bag of Barber dimes. You're not going to find bags of you're not going to find bags of Barber dimes. Those are really hard to find. You might get a roll, and they're super expensive. So I would stay clear of those. I would not be buying those. You can get the Barber dime, the Mercury dimes at an okay price, but you're still going to be paying a couple $100 more than you would if you're just getting like Rosie dimes. So to Nick's point, unless you can find them on a good sale, it may not really be worth doing it. So like Chad says here, they're the same unless they are BU or better. So that's kind of that's what I'm saying. If they're BU or better, then it's fun getting them. I would maybe pay a little bit more for them, but that starts to put me away from a prepper stacker mentality to a collector mentality or a numismatic collector. And when I'm doing that, then I'm starting to look for specific dates. I'm not stacking them, right? I'm probably completing a set, or maybe there's a favorite date I have that I collect. But that's my thought, Nick. I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on that?
No, I think you said it all.
So I want to show you something else that's kind of cool, but you guys probably don't want to stack. I've got some things I got out of my deep vault that I'm going to be putting on eBay. But this is just kind of fun since I have it here. This is going up for sale.
Ugh.
What is it, Nick?
Star Wars bar.
A Star Wars bar, guys.
Isn't that what it is?
Who wants a Star Wars bar? What do you do with the Star Wars bar? What's it used for?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't have those swords either. Does it? best car. There you go. Oh, I know. Oh, that's what they.
We're gonna get her there. I'm gonna figure out how to do like the.
Oh, Tiger Tracker wants to know how much you want.
For the best car?
Yes.
Tiger, just make me an offer for it and we'll figure something out. So I'm keeping my 2021. This is a 2022. And then I've also got a 2023. So I've got two of these if anybody's interested. It is a great paperweight.
So it has a date on it. I didn't see the date.
So let me pull it out.
Okay.
I'm going to go big just for a minute here.
Okay.
So it is from New Way. This is a 2022. I've also got a 2023. 10 troy ounces, 3/9 fine silver. It's got Lucasfilm on the bottom, so it is like officially licensed.
So it looks like a zebra to me instead of
Star
Wars.
Bar. So that's the imperial insignia. You don't know what the emperor is or the empire, but
no.
This came in the Mandalorian TV show, and what they did is a certain race of people or a clan of people live on a planet, Nick, have this special armor that lasers fly off of, and the light swords can't cut, right? The lightsabers.
I didn't know. So you can't use your swords on that?
You can't. It's like magic. So it's like in Marvel, it's like shoot, I'm having a brain fart, guys. What is it in Marvel? The super metal. But it's a special metal you melt down and you turn suits into it. Okay, so then it became a big thing. They had these out. These bars started out at $500 or $400.
And you are married to a woman. Yeah. You did get married, and you love Star Wars. See, I always.
Oh yeah, look, I'm a total stupid nerd, guys.
Yeah, that went phew over.
So we fell in love at 16. What can I say?
Oh, that was your saving grace.
I ran track. She was tennis. I think she took second in state for doubles.
Well, there you go.
I took second in state for architecture. I actually lettered in architecture, and I can't believe I'm saying that on the internet. But
yeah, I can't either. You can never take that back now. Never.
I did not get a jacket in that.
Did you please tell me you didn't get the pin to put on your letter? Okay, thank God.
My teacher put it out there, but I designed a 10,000 square foot home and blew away all the other people in competition. And then I decided I did not want to do math in college. I didn't like it, so I did not finish becoming an architect. And I ended up going into artificial intelligence and marketing, and I ended up with 5 classes of advanced statistics. So
I'm not that smart. I lettered in softball and basketball, you guys. So
all right, we're on Star Wars kick for just a second here. This stuff is
always back to the Star Wars.
So let me just show you. I gotta just.
I'm kidding.
This is the stuff you should not buy. Do not buy this from me, okay? But these are sick. These are cool, and this is stuff that could sit on my eBay site for 2 years to sell. This is a proof ADAC coin. All right, we're gonna do this real quick because they're here. These are all going up, guys. Proof ADAC coin. Okay, I think they only made like 50 of these or 100 of them. It is colorized. 2022.
It's colorized. What color is it?
There's just a little bit of like snow color at the bottom, kind of bluish.
Oh, I just figured it was okay. Yeah, I see it now. I see it.
Anyway, this is a 5
Greetings
ounce.
from the UK. Greetings from Star Wars Nation.
This is a 5 ounce that's going to go for about $1,000 on eBay. So I don't know how many 5 ounces you have to go for that, but if I get $1,000 for it, it is sold.
None, but I don't know how many 5 ounces I'm going to go spend $1,000 on either.
No, I don't either. They're very low mintage. I think they were only like 50 or 100 of these made. But this is something I did right off the bat when I started stacking, and I had the funds to do it, guys. So, I didn't do something too stupid. But since I've learned to stack, and part of what I want to do with my channel is help people understand that you got to be careful with the collectible stuff. You don't want to get too heavy in this because you're not going to be able to sell it. But I wanted to give Nick a little bit of history. She has no idea what any of this stuff is. But Nick, you're going to remember this stuff.
I don't even know what that's creepy looking.
Oh, it's Han Solo in carbonite. Ooh, teeny Juwaba. Yes, yes, my
So,
dear.
oh my gosh, you guys.
All right, and I've got 2 more left here just to show you guys. I just happened to get this out of the safe today, so this one is a 3-ouncer, so that one's kind of cool too. And these are like vehicles that people walk around in and shoot lasers at, and they kill all these like crazy people in it. Star Wars is a very violent show.
I just really wonder if the queen really knew she was on the back of some of those.
Yeah, seriously. Yoda.
And then you get the queen on the other side, and I'm thinking that it's real prestigious for her to be on.
So this one, you're going to remember this, Nick. Do or do not.
I do know. Wait, did they only have 3 fingers?
This guy only has 3 fingers.
Do they all just have 3? Is that a beard from his?
No, he's a little short green dude.
He looks like a really ugly little baby.
So that's some of my deep stack stuff I had that I'm going to put up for sale. We'll see if I can flip it. If I can make a good profit on those, I'll probably sell them. I am a big Star Wars fan, but they just decided to completely blow up the entire franchise, and I'm not very happy about it.
I don't understand. How did they blow it up?
They've just, well, I got to be careful a little bit what I say here, but they hired someone that is an extreme feminist to basically create the next couple movies, and she basically said she's going to put men in her place, and I don't agree with that. I think it's a political thing. They're going to go very, very heavy left political.
Oh, okay.
So
I see. Okay.
So I'm all for, I'm all for having fun in a pretend universe with things.
Mm-hmm.
Start taking our politics and you insert it into the movies to try to get your point across. That just really turns me off to movies.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to get Nick to understand.
I mean, grown men, playing with swords at a movie is kind of a turnoff for me. I'm just teasing. I just know that they play with swords because you guys told me.
So when you go to if you go to a premiere night of a Star Wars movie, you got to bring a camera with you. Like you've got to have space on your phone to film it, Nick. It'll be something you've never seen, unless there's a boycott. This new move could have a complete boycott of the franchise where no one goes to the movie. That's kind of what's happening here. It would be like in football, you can no longer tackle anybody, right? They bring flags out and it's all football. They're drastically changing the franchise about that much.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyway, guys, I wanted to show you some of those cool coins because I happen to have them, and I don't know how long I'll have them for, but for me, I'm a multiple kind of stacker. When I was out at Yankees, he's like, "Surfer, you are not a prepper stacker." And I corrected him. I said, "I'm a hedge stacker. I actually stack multiple ways." So I have my prepper stack is over here. My investment stack is over here, where I buy things low and I sell them high. And I usually buy things with low mintage that I think will have some good value. And I've pulled that off pretty well multiple times. And then I have like my kind of middle stack, which is the stuff that I hold on to that I may sell. Eagles and buffaloes, I may sell those if I have a better investment opportunity and they've gone up in value. And I just don't want to hold as much cash, or I don't want to hold as much money in the bank. So I will buy gold and silver for that reason.
Yeah, I don't look at American Silver Eagles for stacking. The premiums are too high, so that's not something I would stack.
So for me, today I sold some buffaloes, I sold some eagles, and I sold a handful of other world coins like Maple Leaf and a few other things, some silver eagles. So to me, if I can sell something and buy it back for less money and make a little bit of a spread,
absolutely, sure,
that's what I do. So that kind of threw off on my whole day, but it was pretty fun. And I got
I don't really have a middle investment stack. Is that what you called it?
That's what I'm calling it. So
you're calling it. Okay. I don't really have one of those stacks.
Well, you can always start.
Well, but then it would go kind of against what it would kind of go a little bit against of what, my goals and what I'm trying to do now.
Don't do it. So
right.
It's,
on your end, your goals may be totally different, and
totally.
Our budgets may, and of course it's going to also depend on your budget. Right. So, I'd rather spend a little bit more of that buying a Walking Liberty, putting that in a collection instead of having a middle stack where I'm going to spend a little bit more money
For
on,
sure.
do stack something.
I'm just going to say Craig is totally right here as we're talking through this, Nick, but they kind of they destroyed stuff, right? Anytime you take something away from the original creator, it usually goes off rails. But they've purposely done it with all this ESG and all this other crap, and they've just made it dumb. But we're gonna have you watch the 3 original movies from the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, I'm
And
really looking forward to that.
they're cool, but they're not going to be like they're going to be like movies from that era, right? So
Right.
special effects. So the main thing to know about Star Wars, the special effects blew people away at the movie theater. It was something they had never seen before. And so they went multiple times to go see this movie because it was like such brand new technology. You watch it now and you're going to be like, I can tell that's fake.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was really cool. But going back to the stack thing. So for me, I think the most important thing to start off with, for me, in my advice, it's this stuff. You need this stuff first. You need stuff that you can barter with if we get into an SHTF situation from a silver perspective. And then from a gold perspective, depending on how much money you have in the stock market or in real estate, in your home, in the bank, I like to get gold to ensure that. So just like a car, I might buy a car for $10,000 and I hope I don't get in an accident. But if I can pay, $50 a month for car insurance to insure that car, so if it gets in a wreck, I don't have to come up with $10,000. That's worth it to me. So with gold, when I do it as insurance, I don't need to have the same amount of gold as I do in my investments. I just need to be able to kind of cover the insurance of those assets going down. And when they go down, gold typically goes up. I'll have to figure out a formula for that. I need to do a little research to see if we can come up with a formula that might help people. And then I start to move into things like eagles, buffaloes, rounds, silver buffalo rounds or silver eagles or maple leafs. And that also becomes another part of my stack. And to me, that's a versatile stack. That's something I could sell if I need to, but it's also something I could use in an SHTF or, a prepper stack way. Just have to make sure I buy it low. And then what I mean by my middle stack is a lot of my middle stack is more stuff like this, that I buy it right when it comes out and then the prices jump up and I can turn around and sell it. And that's just that's an investment. That is not stacking, guys. So I have extra money. I want to make some extra money from it.
So you're able to, when you do need to sell or you want to sell something, you're able to flip it. You're able to sell it easily.
I sell it, and I have an eBay store that gets it. My fees are 5 to 8%.
So you have access to sell it, not just
I don't pay to advertise it on there.
Right.
And
so you
leave it there for a year, and it'll be in my safe.
But that would be different if you were going to your local coin store and just selling something.
Oh, yeah.
Middle stack. So a lot of us, if we were to go sell or we needed to, sell quickly, we'd bring it to our local coin store. So that's not the kind of stuff that I'm going to want to have because I'm not a flipper.
No.
And I don't sell. I sold a couple things here and there on eBay, but again, I've always lost money because of the fees. So I try not to do that anymore. So a lot of it is I'm just going to go to my local coin store or so I'm going to want it as generic as I can and close to spot as I can. So I'm not going to have that middle because I want to put the money into, we'll say, the numismatics, my Walking Liberties or other, coins that I really, really love,
But what's your plan with those? So for let me back up for a second. So I don't have a lot of numismatics. The numismatics I have are primarily like maybe 2 slabbed Morgan dollars that are at like MS65. And I have pre-33 gold. Some of it's raw, some of it's slabbed. And that's it for numismatics. That's all I've got. I have other coins that are low mintage that are more modern. And a lot of that I'm looking to start selling because I'm realizing there's not necessarily an increased value after it hits its first peak. So for example, someone might have bought, I don't have a great example here, but like the Wolverine coin, right? That came out that was a 1 ounce silver coin.
Yep.
New way. The Wolverine coin came out. Let's say it was going for $30 when it first launched and it went all the way up to $55.
Yep.
It's not going to have another big spike, most likely. It's going to kind of stay at 55 and it'll hold that value. So even though silver may go down to 17 and it might go up to 27 or even $30 an ounce, it's still going to kind of stay at about
Mhm.
$55. So there is a place for that kind of coin. But what I'm
Mhm.
realizing is that I can't really make any more money out of it or any other value out of it. And it's still too much to use for a prepper stacker. So I'm starting to move out of those kind of things. And the ones that I still will collect are things like maybe one Beskar bar because I like Star Wars and I think it's
Mhm.
fun and cool. But I'm not stacking that. So a lot
Mhm.
of that I'm moving out of. Now, I haven't made the decision, do I start going into numismatics too? Or do I just keep getting more weight?
Well, that's where I started. That's what I loved, and it was love of coins that actually even got me on YouTube to, talk to like-minded people. So it was just I loved the history. I loved the coins, whether even if it was a penny and it wasn't worth anything. I just love learning about them. So
And what are they for? What is it? Is it just fun? Is it
it's
history? Plan
fun,
on
it's history, it's all of the above for me. So when I went into it, I never thought of what would I do with them, and I still don't really know what I would do with them because I love them, and it's not so and I do have an emotional attachment to them. It's something that is gonna stay in my home until, and I know I can't take it to the grave with me, but I will leave those to my daughter. Um, and it was just something because that's something that I love them, and, it was fun for me to put the set together, to put the collection together. And then, of course, I tried to turn them over and try to buy better ones and then, try to make a better collection. So, I don't know what I don't have any plans for them, except I like to look at them every once in a while and like to show them every once in a while. But as far as if I was to sell anything, it's gonna be my generic silver if I had to take it to my local coin store and do so. But I would hold
so,
on to that as long as I can as well. But
so
my
the point to that, Nick, I think is it's when you're buying silver and gold, it's really easy to do that. And what do I mean by easy? You can go to a local store, you can go online and put a credit card, or you can link your bank
Mhm,
account and you can buy. It's really easy to buy. Selling is a little trickier. And it's one of the things I like
mhm.
about precious metals because um, it's money I've taken out of the bank. It's harder for me to spend it, but I can still liquidate it.
Mhm.
But depending on what you buy will depend on how you sell it. So if you went and bought an expensive rare date pre-33 gold coin, you're not taking it to your local coin shop. If you've bought any kind of pre-33 gold that's probably over MS62 grade, you're probably not taking it to your local coin shop. You're just not going to get the value out of it.
But it's easier to sell a lot of those things because there's a lot of,
It is. And I mean, this will
because
be
you
easier
you have a
too.
lot of auction, like there's great collections,
Sure. But
it doesn't
this,
necessarily have to
this
be on
is
eBay,
not hard to sell to an LCS. Any LCS will buy this. It's
but you
what
gotta get what you want out of it.
what will they pay for it?
Right.
They will only give me a fraction of what I paid for it because they're probably not flipping it. Now, if I take it to a place that sells on eBay and they understand the value of it and I show them what it sells on eBay, they'll probably give me a decent price. They just need to have a certain margin
Mhm.
for it and they'll want to see how hard it is to sell. But
Right. And
um,
Tiger sent me something too, and I wish I had it downstairs. I didn't realize he was gonna be here, but I'll show it Tuesday on the show.
oh, that'll be cool. So Tiger also mentioned he's got, let's see what it is here. He's got three Lady and the Tramp air coins. So with air coins, they can be pretty fun. And on the
Mhm,
modern stuff, it gets into that category where do we call it a collectible, a semi-numismatic coin? What do we really call it? When it has an error, it is an actual air coin. And some people love stack. Three is not necessarily stacking a ton of them, but it's a pretty good stack. Most people probably don't have one, and if they do, they might
but
have.
would you consider those, I mean, I don't know, are you really stacking them? I mean, I think Tiger
It's
had the
not really stack. I mean,
opportunity
he
to
happens to have a stack of them, but it's not really stacking.
right.
But that can be really fun to hold on to, and that's something that is rare that at some point you could take to an auction, Tiger, and get a bunch of money for it, or maybe
Mhm.
you just want to pass it on to kids, or just have fun with it. He's got an error Wolverine coin too,
Yeah.
and those are fun to have. So
Mhm,
what I will tell you guys though is before you go spend a bunch of money on something, know that it's something you love. So these coins I love. If I can flip them and make some money on it, then I will do that too, because that was part of the purpose of buying these things too.
mhm.
Uh, this stuff, I don't sell this. This is emergency. This goes to the side. Um, And to your point, Nick, when you have something you love, you don't sell it. You just hold on to it.
Yeah.
If you got super desperate and you needed to have a little bit of extra, purchasing power or money, you
That's
may
what I have my constitutional for, and that's what I have. Yeah.
sell it at your very last moment if you have to, but most likely you're not going to have to.
And some of the generic, and even my ASCs are not something that I would want to bring to my local coin store and just sell if I needed the money. So those are something that, I don't stack those anyways, but
Here's a question for you, Nick. Should Tiger slab the error coins?
those particular ones that you purchase, yes, I would.
So a rule of thumb that I heard from our guest last week was from his office. They said if you think it will be over $200, then it's probably worth slabbing it. If it's going to be under $200, it's probably not worth it. What do you think about that? Do you have a rule of thumb?
That's a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah.
Are you talking though? Are you including that on top of your grading fees, or are you just saying like it's worth 200 and you're not?
It's a little bit relative, right? If you paid 200 for the coin, and they're selling for $250 and you have to have it graded, no, not worth it. But if you paid $30 for the coin, you happen to get an error coin, and you see that they're selling on eBay for $200.
Right, but the particular coin Tiger is talking about too, it's a modern coin.
Yeah, so it depends on how we bought them. If you bought it from an online auction and you paid more than say $35 for it, you really need to look and see what your cost was plus the grading fee plus what they're selling for and sold for on eBay, not what someone has them listed for. That's totally different. And the other thing you want to look at is how long ago did it sell and how many of them sold. So let's say there's a belief that there's 50 of those around Tiger and only one of them is sold and it was 2 years ago. That's something you're going to have to kind of look at and make a determination on. And you could always sell one of the raw ones to come up with the money to potentially buy or pay for the grading fee. So that's kind of up to you on that. Excuse me. Let's see here. It depends on, I think we already hit that. Okay. So I have slabbed a couple coins. I haven't done very many. So my only experience in slabbing coins right now has been the surfboard coins from Drew Brophy. And then I had some other Star Wars coins slabbed that I haven't shown you guys yet. But I don't know if Nick can handle any more Star Wars coins.
If you want to show them, show them.
All right, put a 1 in if you guys want to see some more Star Wars coins. If not, we'll skip those. But anyway, I've had fun kind of playing around with this stuff, guys. The main thing is before you buy, have an exit strategy, period. If your exit strategy is death, meaning you're going to pass them on to your kids, that's okay. Just be careful that you don't put all of your
eggs in one basket,
all your funds into gold and silver to the point where you go, uh-oh, I'm out of money. Make sure you've got that emergency fund.
Yes.
What did I do? Oh.
Yeah, I don't send a lot. I don't send modern coins in for grading.
So to your point, Nick,
I haven't.
I think it's got to pretty much be an error to do it. I did try this because I bought it on Instagram and part of the fee was having them graded. And I'm like, okay, we'll try it. I'm going to show you why I would say it's not worth it. Okay. Sometimes I do things that are dumb so I can teach you guys not to do it. Okay. Surfer wants to experiment every once in a while. The Drew Brophy one I did on purpose.
That was neat. That was different. I think that was neat.
One at MS70 from PCGS.
Yeah, I think that was cool to send that one in. That was a
show. And I wanted to create a cool Christmas gift to give to him for all the stuff he's done.
I think that was interesting though to see because it was an odd shaped coin. Yep. And they didn't have a holder for it. So I was kind of interested to see how that process worked.
And so some of them are loose and some of them came in tight. Like he's got a rattler that came out of there.
And that's what I thought was interesting to see, and I mean, you just wonder how they decided what size holder and how they made that on the fly.
For sure. Silver Journey, I just wanted to call him out real quick, guys. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, definitely do. If one of the mods can put his channel link in there. He's just recently hit over 1,000 subs and has a
Oh,
great channel,
congratulations.
some fun
Very
stuff. So
good.
Nick hit 1,000. Tuli
I
recently hit
did.
1,000. And then I think I cheated a little bit, Nick, by going up to Tim's. I thought when I went to Tim's, I would make a fun video of me sneaking into Tim's,
Hmm.
and Yankee was in there. So I had to hurry and turn the camera off.
Well, that was because that was our original plan. I recall
We got
saying,
there
okay,
early. He got there. I got there a half an hour before I told him, and he was already there.
right. But I recall when I told you, because I was supposed to meet you down there, but I wasn't able to because I got sick. So I said, let's have him go at least 30 minutes or to an hour after we arrive.
I know. And
And
he
then he,
still got there early. So I walk in and he's there, and I'm like, no, Yankee. What are
I
you
think
doing?
he probably had the same thought that we initially had.
I think he did too. So when I got there, he said, Surfer, put your camera stuff away. I'll film a bunch of stuff. I'll put it on my channel, and hopefully it'll be good for you. And
It did very well.
1,000
It was
subs,
very,
guys. I am very grateful to Yankee Stacking.
yeah.
So hopefully he watches some of this. But if you guys haven't checked out Yankee Stacking, you got to do that. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of my subs came from there, so you probably know who he is. But
Yes, well, and
um,
it did very well.
but it did very well, and it was a fun thing to do. But getting to 1,000, guys, for those of you that haven't started the channel yet, it is a gauntlet to go through. It is hard to get these channels started and to get to that 1,000. You have to do a fair amount of networking. You have to do a fair amount of visiting other channels and kind of connecting with other stackers, and you got to put a lot of content out. So it does take a lot of time. My wife and daughter just came in, and they're going to go out and do something while we're doing this. So we do sacrifice a little bit. Our families sacrifice.
Except myself, I don't do content. I just like to do
Nick
live.
doesn't do content, but you're still spending the time on the live right
Oh,
now.
yes, I
You could be
do.
watching
Yes,
Star
yes.
Wars. So you could
Yeah.
be watching Star Wars with your husband, all cuddled up, and have a bowl of
He knows
that you're
no.
looking through for dates. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
no. No, he would have to no, I'd have to have a nice piece of jewelry to sit and cuddle up and watch.
So okay, so Tiger's got a question. So the other one is Tiger stacking. I also want to congratulate him
Oh,
on.
yes, he hit 1,000 as well.
Okay, so Silver Journey is now almost up to 1,300. That's awesome. Congratulations. So guys, look, all of you that have a channel, real quick before you leave Silver Journey too. I'm going to predict that this year is going to be an amazing, incredible year for stacking channels. I think we're going to see even more created this year than we did last year. Excuse me, when I started coming on to looking into this back in like 2020, 2021, I saw a lot of channels that were starting to close down, and they were kind of pulling away. And then what I really saw this last year in 2023 is a whole bunch of new channels come up. So I think it's awesome. I think we're going to see more and more channels get created this year. I think we're going to have some crazy banking issues, as well as maybe some CBDC stuff that could be this year. We don't know for sure. And I think we're going to see a lot of issues around the election. And let's hope we have one. But I think we're going to see enough issues around that what we're going to see is channels just start blowing up. Only 1% of the population is into, investing in or stacking. People look at it two different ways, depends on how you approach it, into precious metals. And if that goes to 2%, Nick, what would happen if we go to 2% or 4% or 5% of the population starting to stack gold and silver?
Prices are going to go up.
It's going to skyrocket everything. And then people are going to start typing, where do I buy gold? Where do I buy silver?
Well, and if that's the case, then that's when we all should start selling our generic silver.
Boom. So that's part of my my middle stack, Nick.
But,
I guess.
But I'm not going to be selling my Walking Liberty. So
No, don't sell the stuff you love. But no. I think what's going to happen is okay. So if I go back to it, I made a video of like a bunch of ways to stack. One is prepping stacking. That's for emergencies. Then you have what I would call sovereign stacking, which is your coins that are most recognized. You pay a little higher premium for them. They can be used for prepping, but they can also be sold when prices skyrocket and go up. So if I all of a sudden see the premium skyrocket on Eagles when Buffaloes aren't doing it, I will probably sell my Eagles this time around and go buy Buffaloes or wait for the Eagles to go back down. if I see all of the silver go up, I might sell a portion of it because who knows if it's going to keep going up. So
Yes, and I did.
dollar cost averaging it up and down.
Yes, and I did that for that reason. I was picking up ASEs for 26.54. So when I was able to do that, I bought a lot more. So that way, because I do want to, of course, have consecutive years and have them in a collection. But no.
Laugh here, Nick, with this. Janet
Oh,
Yellen's like, give me that black swan.
yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm a little concerned. When I start hearing all the billionaires come out on YouTube channels and interviews, and they all start talking about we're going to have a black swan. It's banking, or it's cyber attack, or it's electricity grid, or EMP, or something like that. And the billionaires are doing it, and they're concerned, and they're buying a bunch of Bitcoin, and they're buying a bunch of gold and silver. And by the way, none of the billionaires ever say that they just buy Bitcoin, except for a couple crazy guys. I know two of them. One's Max, and the other one is Michael. I'll just leave it at that.
So what else are they buying?
They're all buying gold and silver, and they all talk about gold and silver.
Okay. I thought you were going to go on to say that they're not just buying Bitcoin, that they're buying other type of crypto.
There's only 2 billionaires I know of that are only doing Bitcoin. All the rest of them have a foundation of gold and silver, and a lot of them will talk about it being between 3 and 20% of their overall portfolio. And then you'll have a lot of them that are buying Bitcoin because they believe it's going to go up high, and then they can sell it and buy more gold and silver and other things like that. Plus, a lot of them, if you have $1 billion, you move a lot of money around. It's really hard to move around $50 million of gold real quick to go buy a piece of property.
Right.
It's really hard. Bitcoin's easier to do that. But the people that are into Bitcoin, gold and silver have the same idea as us guys, a lot of the crypto guys, which is your money's not safe in the bank. And it's not safe to just keep all that cash around. So they do that. Okay. I want to bring those other coins out real quick, but I got to go off camera for a second and go grab it real fast.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ellie, yes, I did. A couple months ago when the premiums went down, I was able to pick up ASEs for 26.54. So I purchased a few more of them. There's a lot of uncertainty in many systems. There sure is. Good evening, my silver journey. My daughter is back in school, but she stays at home. So, yeah, she's back in school, but she's here. Oh, Surfer's back. I just buy the ASE bullion coin. I don't buy the coins. They're closer to 25. Oh, closer to 25 are a great buy. You did, Michael. Yes, I did the same. I think, though, they're still not that expensive as we had been seeing them. Because I think I saw them yesterday at like 27-ish or in some change, 28-ish. Yes, my daughter is in college. She's in her sophomore year of school, but she is staying at home to save money and for mom to do her laundry. And that's me. Because she would like to be doing it late at night when we're streaming. And then when we're about to get off stream, you'll hear her text me and be like, Mom, is it time for me to come down yet so I can do my laundry? Because, she's got, better things to do up until the time that it's like a decent hour. I'm seeing him 28 last week. I saw him 20. Okay, so who locked in their price for the 2024? I did.
I have not yet.
I did when they were back at 26.54, but I got it for 27 something. And they should be shipped out here shortly. I think they said January 12th.
So how many thumbs up do we have, Nick?
I don't know. I can't see.
I don't know how to tell that.
Because I'm on the StreamYard side and not the YouTube side.
Okay, we're at 41 thumbs up right now. If you guys can get us to 50 thumbs up, I'll do a giveaway.
I bet you like it though, Ellie. I bet you like to see her come with that big bag because then you get to spend some time with her. And OC, hi, freaking awesome. No.
Awesome.
Hi, PTO. No.
All right, so we'll do a
46
surprise.
thumbs up.
We'll do a surprise giveaway here if we can get up to there. I just had some new stickers come in, Nick. We need to get Nick some stickers. But these are my new stickers.
I like those. I like those a lot.
Isn't that kind of fun and cool?
That is very cool.
So I'm having fun with stickers. I had to, my
You
wife
will
said
have
I
your coins
order any
before
more
your
stickers for a while.
birthday. So, let's talk about that real quick because we're coming on. Let me see what time it is. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to be on
Did
another.
you miss?
Yes, I didn't realize what time it was, but I better get off. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to run in just a second. It's like almost 11 o'clock and I was supposed
All right, let me show these last two coins real fast.
Okay.
We'll do a quick giveaway. How's that? We're at how do I even tell on this? Or I don't know. How many thumbs up are we at, guys? I think we're at 40. We're at 49. One more thumbs up and we'll do a giveaway. Okay. I wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is an important thing to know real quick. So I had these sent in June and I just barely got them. Okay. We're at the wrong person. Sorry. Here we go. I just barely got these back. This is the Death Star. You're going to learn about the Death Star, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
But this one came back as an MS-70. Okay. So that's good. These are going for quite a bit of money. This is a 3-ounce coin and it's in a massive slab, but it's a really cool proof on the back here. So you can see my room over there. And I got 2 of those that came back as a 70, which was worth it. But this is the Death Star 2. These both came back at 20, or it's at 668s. Not so good. And there are ones selling for 70. I'm not going to be able to get my money back out of this. So that did not work out well for me, but here's the back of that one. That's kind of a fun, cool coin. So I would be very careful on getting stuff slabbed that's modern. I tried this back in June to kind of try it out, and it didn't really work out well for me on that. So I think you got to be careful with getting the modern stuff slabbed unless it's really rare.
No, but I think it's good that you show too. That way so people can learn from our mistakes. And I think that's excellent to show, you know?
And I'm in a position I can make mistakes.
Yeah. And I mean, I made a lot of mistakes.
Not in a position to make mistakes. Do not try them. Do not test it out. Let me do that. Let me go trust.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's where I made a lot of my mistakes in my beginning was having numismatic coins graded. And I know, you know, I lost some money in the beginning, but again, I learned really quickly and was able to transform that, you know, I learned quick. But
okay, let's see what I can do as a giveaway here since I'm the one that said it. We're going to give away one of my new stickers here real quick. I need you to come up with a question, Nick. All right, I got a fun giveaway. This goes along with the theme.
I'm trying to think of a question because, you know, I always think these questions and they're too simple.
All right, so whoever does this is going to get the first stacking surfer sticker. If you want, I'll sign the back of it, but here's the first one of these. And I have I think this is a 1/10 of an ounce. This is a 1/10 ounce silver Beskar bar.
Oh, wow. But surfer, I've got to run because they're.
All right, we'll finish it off, Nick.
I'm sorry. I was a half hour late. I'm a half hour late.
Yeah, I didn't watch the time either.
I didn't watch the time and I'm sorry, but thank you everybody. And I'm sorry that I have to leave surfer, but we got started late and I was committed somewhere else. So
yeah, and we started late. Sorry guys. We didn't
mean to start late. And then we went a little later because I guess it was a Star Wars talk.
I did not plan that. It just happened
to us every time. But thank you, Surfer. And that's a very nice giveaway. And I'm sure OC will help you in the chat with finding the winner.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Nick.
Okay, thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay, guys. So she has a duck. I hope not. If she has a duck race she's running to, I don't know, but it could be. You guys are going to have to tell me if it ends up being a duck race. All right, we're going to do a giveaway real quick. We hit over 50. So hopefully this is kind of a fun giveaway, guys. It's an actual Beskar bar. It does have, let me confirm, it does say Lucasfilm on the end of it. So it's a 1/10 ounce Beskar bar. It's a little mini one. And then you'll get one of these fun stickers, which will be fun. So whoever wins this, I just need you to send an email to stackingsurfer@gmail.com. And I'll get that out to you tomorrow, hopefully. Tiger ran a duck race. I did not see your duck race, Tiger. Okay, guys, so let's do this. I'm going to put a number on the back of this, and you guys have to guess that. Actually, we're going to do it different. We'll do a number. It's just easier to do a number. You guys don't guess the numbers yet. Wait. All right. So there's a number on this pad, and I'll show you that to you. So you got to wait until I say start. The number is going to be between 1 and 100. You have one guess. And if you're over the number, it disqualifies you. If you get the number on the dot, the first one that gets that will win it. And if we don't get a winner, then it's going to be the person that's closest to it. Okay, wait for me to say start here, and then we'll count from there. Well, or star. What did I type that wrong? I put in star. Okay, go ahead. You can after star. All right. All right, keep guessing the number. Well, hope you guys had fun with it. I did not mean to hijack this into a Star Wars conversation. I know Nick doesn't know too much about that, but we are going to get her introduced to it. But I happen to have some cool coins that I'm going to be putting on eBay, and I need to take some pictures of them. So I took them out of my safe, and they're going to be going back into the safe. So, all right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start typing stop. So go ahead and get that in there. All right. So we'll do a fun little giveaway here. So here's the paper, and there's the number. So I think it was Cosmic Creations, the first one that got that. Let me just double check. So here's the other question for you guys too. So, oh no, Cosmic Creation was at 44. Who had 33? Or maybe Cosmic Creation put multiple numbers in. I'll go with your first one though. You had 33 right after I started. So it is just one guess though. But since it's your first guess, I'll let you go with that. So Cosmic Creation, just go ahead and send me an email. We'll get that off to you. And then question for you guys: what do you think I should do with the slabbed Death Star that came out as a PF-68? Do you think I should put that up for sale and try to see if we can move it? And what would you guys do? Anyway, it's a really cool looking coin. I have no idea how in the heck you grade something like this. Look at how the detail to it down below. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. There's not like a big gash in it or anything, but it's kind of a complex coin. But it's pretty cool. You guys sell it? Would you hold on to it? You know, for me, I have a hard time holding on to a 68. I kind of like the 70s. But for me, that's something being a Star Wars fan, I'd rather hold on to one of those than just, you know, a coin like this. Those are a lot less expensive than one of these guys. So, and I also don't love that it's colorized as much. And it's a sand crawler. That's not as cool as a Death Star. All right. Well, congratulations, Cosmic Creations. Yep, sell it. So there we go. The answer is in, guys. All right. Did anybody else have I don't think anybody was saying that it wasn't Cosmic Creations. Okay. How much do I have into it? I don't know. I got to go look and see what I have into it. They are selling for a pretty good premium in the 70s right now. My guess is a lot of those did not come back as 70, is my guess. So I will put it up for sale. You know, this is something that would be interesting too. I don't know. I'll have to see where there's a Star Wars convention. Maybe I do take a handful of the coins and try to sell them there. I hadn't thought of that. That might be a fun thing to do too if I'm not able to move them easily. And it does depend on the grader, guys. It can depend on the grader. Plus, here's the other thing: it was in a bulk batch too, so I also don't know if the wholesaler just stuck me with a mix of them, or how that ended up happening. Amy says, hold on to graded coins. So I did get 2 of each. So I'm going to hold on to one of the 70 Death Star ones. I just got to think of whether I want to sell my 268s to get another 70 and kind of trade it out and hold those in my stack. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Oh, was his first guess 44, not 33? All right, guys, we have someone's calling an audible here, or at least not an audible, but a recheck here. Let's see. So let's see how it came out on the phone, so I can try to show you guys where it's at here. Let me see if I can get the comments to come up okay. I won't do it on my phone. All right, I need one of my mods to confirm real quick where we came out at. Yeah, so Doc Benson, I think the 44 was before we hit start. I'm pretty sure right after start is the 33. So I'm okay with that unless someone wants to fight that one, but I think we're good there. All right, guys. So anyway, I'm going to call it good here. I've been gone all day, and I need to get on with a few family things. But I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. Hopefully you had fun talking about the Benjis and kind of looking through theirs. I think they're pretty cool. If you guys don't have any of these, I would recommend getting some of these $50. I think they're cool. They look nice. And they've got a nice bell on the back of them there. And they still have a fair amount of their silver content left, which is pretty cool. So I do recommend these. I recommend getting the Kennedys, the 64s, and then also you can go for walkers, but those are pretty worn. And if you try to go for like anything older than that, you're going to get really worn. So be careful with getting the coins that are way too worn. But I recommend my rule of thumb for me, my goal is to get $100 face value per person in my family. I think that gets you kind of a nice stash of silver that you could use for an SHTF. And if we never get there, it's still silver. You could still use it down the road. And it can be used for a lot of stuff. So hopefully that is fun for you guys and really good there too. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. If you've got any questions or any thoughts on guests or anything else along those lines, feel free to send us an email. I will have some new content coming out next week, so look for those videos. If you haven't become a member of the channel yet, there's a couple things you can do. One is you can subscribe. 2 is you can become a member. So I do have memberships now up on my channel. We're going to have some additional perks that will be coming soon for those memberships, and I'll probably be adding some new levels. But right now we do have a Zoom call that happens once a month. I'll be getting that scheduled in the next week and a half for those of you guys that are on there. And we have some great chats on there, which has been great. And then I also have a level that that's there for you guys if you want one-on-one mentoring. So my expertise is in advertising and marketing. If you've got a business and you need some advice on that, I can definitely mentor you there. And I'd love to mentor you guys on your journey as you're stacking gold and silver. And I can also give you some advice on and steer you towards, where to get the best advice around real estate, stock market, and even crypto. I've dabbled in all that stuff, so I can kind of point you around and help you get started in those things. So until next time, peace out and have a wonderful day, guys. See ya.